Greetings everyone, this is Collectibles Euphoria presenting the 5th release from the Disney Fairytale Designer Collection Heroes vs. Villains series. Elsa and Hans donning their most distinguished outfits inspired from the Disney 2013 movie Frozen. Brought together in the set to represent their movie counterpart, both their dolls capture their essence as inspired in the film, with the set considered by many as one of the best in line in terms of manner of presentation, doll details, and outfit execution, among many others, and is definitely a very memorable, treasured keepsake for Disney enthusiasts and doll collectors in general. Stay tuned! Staying true to its original design concept of the designer collection line, the set has inclusive slipcover, which is displayed in a blue and white ombre of hues, presented in vignette style, decorated with faint filigree patterns on its chosen backdrop. The cold gold foil of the borders, as well as the Disney Fairytale Designer Collection logo, are also framed beautifully inside the filigree golden patterns, providing an overall nice contrast to its concept design. Presented in the same manner like all the Fairytale Designer Collection line, it also contains enlarged illustration of Elsa and Hans in the front, while each side has blown-up images of them individually, with the illustration bearing a glossy effect, offering a 3D effect quite nicely against the matte-colored backdrop. The top portion also bears the same logo and cold gold foil border design. The back bears a brief description of the dolls as well as more in-depth details of the highlights of the individual doll outfits presented with its caption. The borders have a snowflake patterns which is character-specific to Elsa. I must say that I'm truly impressed with their artwork due to its spectacular image presentation and is one of my favorite artworks in this line, which also includes Snow White and the Old Witch, as well as Ariel and Ursula artworks. The set also retailed at $129.95 US and $139.95 Canadian dollars. This doll set, including the keepsake case, stands at about 15 inches in height, Elsa at 11.5 inches, while Hans seemed to be a tad taller than other male dolls, which stands at 12.5 inches. Slipping up the cardboard cover reveals the dolls of Elsa and Hans, encased in a clear polystyrene cover of the keepsake display case. At the base, Elsa and Hans' name are written in a golden plate. The bottom of the display case also has golden metallic, intricate engraved filigree patterns surrounding it, standard in all sets of Disney Fairytale Designer Collection. The back shows the same design found in the front cover of the slipcover, and right below it is the location of the Certificate of Authenticity, and my doll set is 3,945 out of 6,000 produced worldwide. Elsa and Hans are presented in such a manner they are most distinguished, with Elsa displayed with her left hand elevated, signifying her ability to recreate ice magic, while Hans is portrayed in his confident, regal manner, with both of them wearing their signature outfits in the film. If film accuracy is the main theme here, Hans should have been portrayed wearing the cloak seen in the film that he started wearing when Arendelle seen to have worsening cold temperatures from Elsa's icy powers, though I completely understand the choice selection here as he is most renowned for his prince outfit. Elsa, on the other hand, is donning the accurate outfit in the film during the scene where Hans attempted to kill her, which she had been wearing after her transformation began from being the new Queen of Arendelle to being the Snow Queen staying in an ice castle in the North Mountain. Elsa wears her platinum blonde hair in a loose French braid that is swept over her left shoulder and tied with an elastic. The wisps of her bangs are slicked back on top of her head with a smaller section of her hair or bangs resting down her forehead. I love the white crystal rhinestones embellishment on her French braid, as well as the sides of her hair, bearing similarities of having snowflakes sparsely scattered on her hair. Her hair is soft and silky, only having hard texture on the wisps of her bangs and at the end of the braid to keep the style in place. Elsa has a very pale white skin due to her lack of exposure in the sunlight in her entire life and is well represented here. She has pearlescent glow on her face, but is somehow different with the usual sheen applied on their previous dolls, since the glow has a frosted texture to it, fitting her facial features perfectly. Elsa has a darker shade of soft angled medium arched eyebrows. The metallic purplish pink eyeshadow has a smoky eye effect and has a beautiful cat eye eyeliner. She has dramatic, long, thick eyelashes, highlighting her well-detailed blue eyes quite nicely. She has a dusting of few light freckles on her nose area with a pink blush on her cheeks. She's portrayed with a tight-lipped closed smile with a dark pink lipstick. Her neck and shoulder areas were provided a sheen effect different from the sheen seen in her face due to it not being frosted looking in appearance. She dons her signature crystal blue off-the-shoulder dress, created to make it appear like it is made out of ice, with a crystallized bodice as emphasized by the use of rectangular rhinestones, which are more compact from the sweetheart neckline area, and then become sparse moving downwards towards the pointed end of the bodice. The neckline area and sleeves are made of sheer powder blue organza and is embellished with white crystal rhinestones, lining the neckline area towards the shoulder all the way towards her back. The rhinestones on the sleeves are arranged in a falling strap manner, with the elbow area having a snowflake pattern design using the same white crystal rhinestones. I love the textured light blue fabric used on her bodice towards the thigh-high slit of the skirt, since it has a nice sheen effect on the fabric itself, making it glisten. Underneath the fabric is an inner lining of dark purplish blue color satin. Elsa's icy blue majestic cape is also a sight to be behold, with the printed blue icicle and snowflake patterns sporadically distributed throughout the entire cape, highlighted by the use of crystal white circular rhinestones on the center of the snowflakes, and also distributed sporadically throughout the entire cape, providing an elegant ice and snowflake design. The outer layer of the fabric is made from sheer powder blue organza, while the inner lining is made from light blue chiffon fabric. Elsa was provided with a translucent white shoes with a slight touch of blue shade, with its design similar to the shoes provided to her in the movie. Overall, Elsa is a perfect representation of her movie counterpart, and I love how all the design elements tie up together, making her appear like she came out from the movie in an exquisite manner. One thing probably that I would have loved added in here is a personal snow flurry on her left hand, which will add a nice touch to her overall design. Prince Hans of the Southern Isles, better known to many as Prince Hans, is a nice representation of his movie counterpart, provided with all exquisite details on his ensemble. His face sculpt is on point. He is generally good-looking and is portrayed of moderate stature, with his physique relatively slimmer than Kristoff. I am pleased that Disney provided Hans a different head sculpt and did not use the same one provided in his classic doll version, so as to not feel like it was just taken from the classic doll. The sculpted details of his hair are neatly done, appearing exactly like his hair in the movie. My slight complaint about it is I would have preferred him having an auburn hair to match his hair color in the film, but instead he was provided a dark brown hair, probably derived from the shade of color he is seen while he was inside the castle, or the time he went to find Anna and saw the ice castle instead. The sideburns are also nicely sculpted. Hans has thick eyebrows painted with his left eyebrow slightly elevated. His eyes and eyelids are captured perfectly well, and as described by Anna, Hans has dreamy green eyes. He has a light dusting of freckles across his nose and cheeks and has thin lips painted and sculpted in a tight-lipped smile. I love all the intricate details incorporated on his outfit, resembling a Royal Naval uniform, and comparing side by side with his classic doll, you can clearly tell all the designer details incorporated to his outfit, though I must say I prefer the corduroy vest since it is a fabric seen in the movie. Though the satin vest provides a better sheen effect, matching his entire outfit nicely. He wears a blue shirt with only visible tuxedo color due to all the layered outfits, a magenta cravat, and a satin indigo vest with black studs. My favorite detail here is all the embroidered details incorporated on his coat, which provides beautiful accents to it. His gray denim fabric coat has a black stand-up collar and black lapel with gold embroidered rosa mulling details on it. The coat has a regal epaulets on both sides and has aigulette on the left side of his coat. It also has gold studs connecting the epaulette towards the other end of the aigulette, as well as providing additional design to the end of the golden embroidered details towards the edge of the coat. It has an ornate of embroidered olive green with gold linings to it, which is continued on the back, and the details will be best appreciated by out-of-box collectors since you can clearly see all the intricate embroidered details on it. The embroidered details are extended towards the edge of the tailcoat. The narrow sleeves has separate cap sleeves, and it has black pointed fold-over cuffs with gold rosa mauling embroidery details on it. He also wears a satin white mittens since the gloves will be nearly impossible to recreate due to its small details. Hans wears a navy blue denim fabric trousers with golden studs on the waistline seen in the film. The blue lining on the side of his trousers are also included, though hard to see, especially on the side where the longsword is attached. He wears a black boots with an extended top and has visible scuff marks for added realism. For his longsword, the hilt consists of a gold pommel, a brown grip, and a gold crossguard. What makes Hans one of the most favorite villains is because he is rather unique in so many ways. Because of his character was initially presented to be trustworthy and kind, then later on revealed himself otherwise, making him the sneakiest and most dangerous of all Disney villains, who are usually portrayed with a sinister appearance. To eventually have a designer doll was a dream come true for many of his fans, and having all the intricate details highlighted perfectly well adds up to the excitement of owning his doll version. Elsa, on the other hand, is a perfect representation of her movie counterpart and is a good replacement for doll collectors who fail to purchase her 17-inch doll version, as it bears a lot of similarities in its overall design and concept, since it has reached its grail status, making the 17-inch version too hefty to afford. Some collectors have argued about the set, stating that Anna and Hans would be the more suitable choice because of their ordeals, and also Anna was the hero, saving Elsa from Hans, and I agree on that perspective. But I think Elsa and Hans are fine enough to be considered for this set, since by the end of the day, it is Elsa who has the power to stop the severe snowy weather, which makes her also a hero in this film, and Hans is really the villain to both Anna and Elsa anyway. That's just my opinion, and whether you prefer the set to be Anna and Hans instead of Elsa and Hans, it still doesn't take away the fact that this set is one of the best detailed set in this Heroes vs. Villains series, and is highly recommended for their outstanding details and overall presentation. Have a magical day. Bye!